Hello my friends and welcome, my name is Dennis and this is the latest update from Ukraine. Yes, I'm not at home, I cannot tell you where am I, but what can I say, I have electricity and this thing is very warm here. Anyways, I'm in Ukraine and here we have the news about Maria Antonov 225 airplane. Antonov Design Bureau say that they are restoring that airplane. Yes, they have one more fuselage, they have wings, and the empennage, the tail part of this airplane, was left almost intact. And here I want to share my personal opinion. I'm the airline pilot after all. I love that airplane, but it's not a good time for the restoration of Maria. You see, we are in the middle of war and we have lots of spheres, military spheres, where we should spend money. And I see how people collect the funds to help armies. Sometimes they give what they have, the last thing that they have, hoping that we're gonna win this war. And here state-owned airline spent funds for restoration of the Maria. Yes, you may say that there were lots of the donations from international funds, but those donations may have been spent for the better things. Yes, I would like to see that airplane restored and flying again, but only after the complete restoration of Ukrainian infrastructure, all of the cities and all of the villages that were destroyed by the Russian invaders. Those are the Russian rockets that they used to damage Ukrainian infrastructure, and from the information we got, they are running out of rockets. That is why they asked Iran to provide ballistic missiles to the Russian Federation, and from the information coming from United States of America, that deal was confirmed by the Iranian side. And that is why we expect more rocket attacks on Ukrainian infrastructure during the winter time. Great news! It's been reported that today 2 of the NASAMS systems were delivered to Ukraine. Those are air defense systems, very effective against drones, airplanes and rockets. And we got the information about the delivery from our defense minister Alexei Reznikov. He said NASAMS and Aspide systems were delivered to Ukraine today. Awesome. Just found this map, some kind of the resource, publish it, and it says that 50% of the occupied territory in March by the Russian Federation already been liberated by Ukraine. But if you look closer into the Kiev area, you will see that no, they didn't occupy Brovary. Actually, they took some of the roads. They didn't take those vast lands. So I would argue with that statistics. Yes, we continue to liberate our territories, but for the statistics, it's better to trust more official resources than this one. Russia moves some of their forces from Kherson region, but put new forces there, and they take what they see. And I was really surprised with that video. They took the toy train from some kind of the park in Kherson, I don't know. They just towed it from Kherson for what? It's just nonsense what they're doing, and they put some of the stuff in the carriage there. Russia. Oh, tomorrow it's gonna be the election day for United States, the Congress election, and Elon Musk asks the world for Republicans. My friends, I want to stay out of the United States or any kind of politics. I'm Ukrainian, so I'm into Ukrainian politics, not yours, let's say. Yes, those elections, they're touching Ukraine. That is why I would like to share my incompetent opinion. There were some of the Republicans who say that they will reduce the help to Ukraine. However, we also seen the group of Democrats who wanted to share the same idea to Joe Biden and to Congress. So for me, it really doesn't matter. The main thing is to support my country. If United States would not support Ukraine, it means that democracy is losing and dictatorship is winning. We have lots of the dictators around and we see how they unite, making United States and Western allies weaker. Mainly Russia, North Korea and Iran. But you may put China there as well. I posted that news in a Telegram channel, so don't forget to subscribe for me there. The link is in the video description. Turkey decided not to give the way to the Russian military ships, and now they are coming back to Vladivostok. Those ships were staying near to the Bosphorus Strait for a very long time, few months since the summertime, and finally were refused to enter the Black Sea. I hope that you can see the ship on the bottom. It's the clone ship of Moscow that has name Varag. So Varag is the flagship of the Russian Pacific Fleet, and Moscow used to be the flagship of the Black Sea Marine Fleet of the Russian Federation. So those ships are useless now for Russia, and that is why they're taking them home. And here I want to tell you why Crimea is so important for the Russian Federation. You see, Russia is a big country, biggest one in the world. It has access to the oceans, to Pacific Ocean and the North one. But it has almost no access to European waters. And the only base that they would like to use is Crimea. They had the bases in Novorossiysk. But if Crimea is controlled by Ukraine, the access to the Mediterranean Sea is very limited. Still, Turkey plays a great role because it may block the access for the military ships as they did. And if we go to the Baltic Sea on the north, here are not Russian allies in that sea. The only Russian territory is the remote piece of land over here, and it's hard to deliver ships from that part. Also, they may access from this side, but it's very limited and their fleet can be just easily blocked. So Crimea at least gives them the full access to the north part of the Black Sea. However, I think Turkey fleet is much more powerful compared to nowadays Russian Black Sea Marine Fleet. Interesting article from the Wall Street Journal. Jake Sullivan, who is the advisor of the Joe Biden, now carries unpublic talks with Russian representatives near to the Putin's circle. Honestly, it's hard to tell the topic of their conversation, but if two big countries have nuclear weapons, it's better to talk, I think. China presented their new unmanned air vehicle, the big airplane that may carry 2 tons of the explosions or missiles or the payload, and it can be used as surveillance airplane as well. They say that the range of it is 10,000 kilometers. Seems like unbelievable as for me. My friends, about the military map, there were just some minor corrections, and let's go to it. Russia tried to get more territory near to the Bakhmut. Let me show you the timeline. So it was yesterday and it is today. They took some meters of the ground, no villages, nothing here, but they moved closer to the M03 road and more closer to Bakhmut itself. They waste lots of the soldiers and they know it. Their military talk about it on Telegram channels, so they're in a big trouble losing mobilized soldiers. And I think it may spark, I hope it will spark some of the riots in Russia itself, because then you see those graves coming that massively. I think Russian people should think about it again. But honestly saying, almost no hope for it. There are some protests in Russian military camps, not because those mobilized soldiers don't want to fight in Ukraine, but because they don't have enough funds promised to them by Putin's regime. My friends, I'm gonna keep you updated on situation here in Ukraine. Now, if you want to support my channel, just press the like button. And if you want to support me financially, there are some links in the video description just below. You may support me on Patreon, PayPal or Donatello, whichever is more convenient for you. My friends, I wish you a peaceful sky wherever you are. Have a great time.